Come on, Snake. We made it.
We made it.
Over there. It's the boss, isn't it? I'll go get the wig ready to take off.
Right.
I'll leave you two alone. But come back in one piece, okay? Promise me!
Life's end. Isn't it beautiful? It's almost tragic. When life ends, it gives off a final lingering aroma. Light is but a farewell gift from the darkness to those on their way to die. I've been waiting, Snake, for a long time. Waiting for your birth, your growth, and the finality of today.
Boss. Why are you doing this?
Why? To make the world one again. The world used to be whole. But with the end of the Second World War, the philosophers began to fight amongst themselves, and the world was torn apart. The Cobras, my comrades who trained and fought alongside me, were torn apart as well. The foibles of politics and the march of time can turn friends into enemies just as easily as the wind changes. Ridiculous, isn't it? Yesterday's ally becomes today's opposition. And this Cold War? Think back. When I was leading the Cobras, America and Russia were fighting together. Now, consider whether America and Russia will still be enemies in the 21st century. Somehow I doubt it. Enemies change along with the times, the flow of the ages, and we soldiers are forced to play along. I didn't raise you and shape you into the man you are today just so we could face each other in battle. A soldier's skills aren't meant to be used to hurt friends. So then what is an enemy? Is there such a thing as an absolute timeless enemy? There is no such thing, and never has been. And the reason is that our enemies are human beings like us. They can only be our enemies in relative terms. The world must be made whole again. The philosophers must be reunited. I will devote my skills to that purpose. And with the Colonel's money, I will achieve that end. Just as I once created the Cobras. They are my family. I may no longer be able to bear children, but I still have a family. It was November 1st, 1951. I was in the Nevada desert participating in atomic testing. The name Nevada is derived from Spanish, covered in snow, white as snow. And snow is exactly what I saw in that Nevada desert. It froze my blood white. Snake, you were an atomic test subject, weren't you? On Bikini Atoll. That's part of the reason I was drawn to you. You and I are alike. We're both slowly being eaten away by the karma of others. we'll never have the chance to die peacefully of old age. We have no tomorrow. But we can still have hope for the future. In 1960, I saw a vision of the ideal future from space. 3 years earlier, the Soviet Union had succeeded in launching Sputnik, the first man-made satellite in history, into orbit. This came as a huge shock to the United States. In response, America threw everything it had into its own manned spaceflight project, the Mercury program. Even as the Soviets seemed poised to send their first man into space, America was still experimenting with chimpanzees and rockets. The government wanted human data, so they secretly decided to send a human being into space. I was the one they chose. At the time, they didn't have the technology to block out cosmic rays, and whoever they sent up would inevitably be exposed to heavy radiation. That's why they chose me. After all, I'd already been irradiated once. Of course, you won't find any of this in the history books. I could see the planet as it appeared from space. That's when it finally hit me. Space exploration is nothing but another game in the power struggle between the US and the USSR. Politics, economics, the arms race, they're all just arenas for meaningless competition. I'm sure you can see that, but the Earth itself has no boundaries. No East, no West, no Cold War. And the irony of it is, the United States and the Soviet Union are spending billions on their space programs and the missile race, only to arrive at the same conclusion. In the 21st century, everyone will be able to see that we are all just inhabitants of a little celestial body called Earth. A world without communism or capitalism, that is the world I wanted to see. But reality continued to betray me. In 1961, I was sent to Cuba, to Bahia de Cochinos. It was part of a CIA-sponsored invasion under the guise of taking Cuban exiles back to their country. But the US government betrayed them. Our weak-kneed president held back their air support. Defenseless, the exiles were annihilated by the Cuban army. All I could do was watch in silence. I was set up by the very country I'd sacrificed so much for, by the very government I dedicated my life to defending. I was driven from the surface world, and I went underground. Then, 2 years ago, I faced the Sorrow, my old comrade in battle. He was my friend. But one of us had to die. I was left with no choice. The Sorrow gave his life for me. There is no enmity between us. One must live, and one must die. That was the mission. The ones who gave me that mission were the philosophers. Early in the 20th century, the true holders of power in the United States, the Republic of China, and the newly formed Soviet Union gathered together in a secret meeting that would later be known as the Wise Men's Committee. The secret pact they formed there marked the beginning of the philosophers. But the last of the original members died in the 1930s. After that, the organization began to run out of control, and the Wise Men's Committee degenerated into a mere shell of its former self. The philosophers of today have no sense of good or evil. Their influence extends to countries and organizations involved in every aspect of every war. They have become war itself. That's how they operate. The sacrifices of war cause a shift in the times. This shift leads to renewed conflict, and in turn triggers the next war. Like a nuclear chain reaction, each conflict sparks countless others, forming an endless spiral that will continue on for eternity. Do you understand what I'm saying, Snake? By consuming me and you, the philosophers intend to keep that cycle going forever. It was my father who explained all of this to me. He was one of them. You see, I am the last remaining child of the philosophers. But after he revealed the truth, my father was killed by that same shapeless, formless organization. And my father isn't the only thing the philosophers have taken from me. In June of 1944, the Cobras and I took part in the landing at Normandy. We'd been given a top-secret mission to locate and destroy enemy V-2 rocket installations. I was pregnant at the time. The sorrow was the father. I gave birth on the field of battle. A beautiful baby boy. But my child was snatched away from me by the philosophers. Look at this scar. This is proof that I was once a mother. I gave up my body and my child for my country. There is nothing left inside me now. Nothing at all. No hatred, not even regret. And yet sometimes at night, I can still feel the pain creeping up inside me, slithering through my body like a snake. I've never talked this much about myself before. Thanks. Thanks for listening to me. I feel content. Snake? Commence the operation. I raised you. I loved you. I've given you weapons, taught you techniques, endowed you with knowledge. There is nothing more for me to give you. All that's left for you to take is my life, by your own hand. One must die, and one must live. No victory, no defeat. The survivor will carry on the fight. It is our destiny. The one who survives will inherit the title of boss. And the one who inherits the title of boss will face an existence of endless battle. I'll give you 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, MiGs will come and bomb the hell out of this place. If you can beat me in less than 10 minutes, you'll be able to escape in time. Let's make this the greatest 10 minutes of our lives, Jack.
Boss.
You're a soldier. Finish your mission. Prove your loyalty. Face me.
Well, dang, that was a lot to take in. Ah! I just kind of hit the CQC button there, assuming that's what I had to do. What do I want? Because Volgan kind of taught me that that's a thing that I can do, so I assumed that that would probably be the case there. I don't know. Definitely don't need that anymore here. Not any music or anything, just the silence of the battle here. Hello, hello, Elboa. I can't words. Elbelakoski. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too much on the second go. I don't know. Guess I don't have to worry about not holding on to a gun like before. Why do I unequipped the wrong one. This one, please. So do I just like... Oh, I'm almost out of ammo on that, aren't I? Ow.
I'm disappointed.
Did you take my knife? I still have a knife with this though, right? Oh, God. Okay, so like...
I come.
So you immediately come to melee me. Oh, when you're spotted by the boss, you will lay down heavy fire with your pistol, the Patriot, making a frontal assault all but impossible. Try changing your camouflage to boost your camo index so you can escape her field of vision. If the boss engages you in CQC, she is able to quickly field strip your equipped weapon and disarm you. When your weapon has been dismantled, it will be removed from your inventory and appears item boxes scattered about. Press R2 with proper timing the moment the boss grabs you, and you will retaliate with your own CQC techniques. Okay, so that's... What is there? Stop. Can I just, like...
Move.
Man! What's good camo here? Hold on. May as well kill me here. Like, this, my knife would be all the way over here. Yeah, knife.
Get ready.
I could have used that as an opportunity for practice, I guess. Oh my god, everything just explodes everywhere. So I probably don't need to have the knife on specifically.
I come.
Let's see. I hit it right when she grabbed me there. That is so much damage to me.
Heads up, Snake.
So I can't CQC her there. Unless it's like, yeah, probably not. Oh,
Excellent job.
that worked. Hold on, I'm just getting information here. Just getting information. Yeah, maybe I should put on the tuxedo there. Then I'll really blend in. So right when she grabs me, huh? I'm trying.
Move or you're dead. Time to play rough.
Nope. Yeah, yikes.
I come.
Let's try a different timing here. Nope. That didn't work either.
You'd better run.
If I hold it down.
Time to play
Nope.
rough. Pathetic.
Well, yeah, anytime I try to do that, that just happens. Hold on. Hey, look, a snake. I want to figure out the timing to counter your CQC. It's not like Vulcan where there's an icon to give me a rough idea.
Come.
I totally hit it when you grabbed me that time, though. So I don't get it. Here, look, boop. It's just automatically mapped out to be an Xbox controller. I am playing with a PlayStation controller, though. But this is the CQC button for reference. So it says to do it right when she grabs me, huh? I got it, like, the very first time, just on a fluke. But, like...
I come.
How is that not when she grabs me? Just to see if I can get her to charge at me again. And she runs away. I just want to practice the timing there.
Brace yourself.
I don't know how that's not when she grabs me. I think the first time that I did it, like, on the very first go here, it was more when she went for the strike. So it could be possible that the tooltip is lying.
I come.
How the heck did I do it? Metal Gear Solid 3, how to CQC counter the boss. Can we run away? Or is this map covered in invisible walls? We probably can't fully run away. Let her start and grab you, then wait until the slow motion starts before hitting the CQC button, according to the gamer. There's slow motion that's gonna start up? Hold on. Hold on. I want to learn here. I want to learn how exactly this works. Come on. Oh, I gotcha. Tooltip totally did lie, didn't it? I don't know, maybe I'd use that. Maybe. Maybe I would. Claymores. Maybe she wants a book. I should have had some more food going into this, I think. Oh, well. So, like... And go run and hide? What's a good camo for here, then, huh? Choco chip. And then... Snow? Or this? Yeah, I have the choco chip on. Problem is, I don't know exactly where she is either. And she's wearing something that blends in here very well. There she is. Does she know I'm here?
There he is.
Damn.
Dodge this.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. I gotta wait until an actual slow motion, huh? And she unloads the whole thing. What? Hold on. Ooh! What? Is she beating me? Oh my god. What is wrong with me? I keep hitting the wrong menu button. Let's eat this mango.
Pretty tasty.
Okay, he likes those. That's good.
Where are you hiding?
Nowhere. Well, that didn't work as well as I'd hoped. Didn't think that would do anything, but I figured just in case, may as well try it. So, like... I don't know. Uh-oh. Just CQC. Oh, there was no slow-mo there. I was waiting to see if I saw a slow-mo. You may as well kill me now. Yeah, no potential slow-mo here. So just do that for the sake of taking myself out. But yeah, that time that she charged at me, there was definitely no slow-mo. So, like... Damn it! There's so much of my health. Yeah, may as well kill me now. May as well. Well. Okay, well, I don't think we need to show the inputs. I was just trying to... I just put that on screen to show, like, timing of the CQC. But now that I know that it's specifically on slow-mo. We don't need to get, like, the ref live action replay there. I'm hitting it, like, just a moment too late.
Move or you...
Yeah, this is quite the insanity here. Okay, come on. Yeah, like that.
Excellent, Jack.
Excellent, Jack. I don't know, man. Definitely don't need that on. Just do this for now. And then, like... Go, 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 go. Camouflage. Choco strip. Snow. Okay, let's get moving here. Just slow and steady here, I think. I guess I could, like... do something like this. I see her over there. Wait. Can I keep it? Capture any animal alive. Wait, I didn't kill it by doing that? Wait, I have a python here. Wait a second. My God. How far could I throw this?
Where are you hiding? What's this for?
Oh, I was kind of hoping that the snake would go and, like, attack her or something, but never mind.
Where did you go?
I guess grenades work, right?
A grenade?
So, like... oh, yeah, I wasn't wearing the grenade thing. Whatever, I can do this and then... damn. That's fine. Got a little carried away there. Like, is she behind that tree? Pretty sure she is. Didn't quite see where she went, and now I'm panicking. Also, I could use a snack. Nom nom.
This is horrible.
Slow and steady. No rush with this boss. Shit.
Where are you?
Wait, I thought she saw me. Maybe she didn't. Yep, that's right.
Where are you? Where?
Okay, go, 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 go. Slow and steady here. Just slow and steady. No rush to this boss, right? I see her over there. Where the hell am I aiming? It's fine. Oh, she saw me do that. Very different boss battle compared to the others in this game, huh? I see her there.
A grenade?
I made a prediction about which way she would dive, and I was wrong. Ooh, I actually got her with that. Nice. Oh, you're right. And there's no timer. You're right. I forgot about that, I'm gonna be honest. You are correct, yes. Whoops.
Get ready.
Uh-oh. 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 Oh, I got it.
You're better than I remember.
Oh. I can't even see her in there, I'm gonna be honest. I just kind of fired where I knew she roughly was. Where? No, that's just part of that tree. Ow!
Brace yourself.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
5 minutes.
I think she just said 5 minutes, so I think I'm still good on time. Uh-oh. I wanted to get up fast enough so I could CQC counter, but, like, she keeps fracturing my bones. Oh, now the music's coming in.
Time to play rough.
Uh-oh. What? I didn't even get the opportunity to counter that time. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Go away. Whoops, that's not my shotgun. I don't know. Nom nom.
Pretty tasty.
Yeah. Is it bad that I'm trying to, like, not talk? Because in the back of my mind, it's like, I gotta be quiet so that she doesn't hear where I am. Just in case I can time this perfectly. For when she gets up and is no longer invincible.
Here I come.
Oh, shit. I can definitely do it, though. It's 3:35 in the morning, but, like, I can do it.
I come.
Okay.
Excellent, Jack.
That, how about? And then say... Probably don't need that there. Tempting. Here, just be full up. May as well.
Pretty tasty.
Pretty tasty. Press up against it. Yeah, so it starts out quiet, and then as the boss goes on, you end up getting the music. Okay. Whoops! Too far, too far, too far. She might have seen that. Let's go back over here. Is she behind that same tree again? That's not gonna do anything there. Here, tell you what. Let's find out. Shit. She was not there.
See what you're made of.
Uh-oh. Stop. Stop. Good.
Get ready.
Oh shit, you still know I'm here. I wasn't injured that time, surprisingly.
Move or you're dodge this.
There was no slow-mo that time.
I'm disappointed.
I'm dead now. I just die. There's no slow-mo with that. Man. My good gracious. Come on, the first one's a freebie.
Move or you're dead.
Let's kill me, man. Yeah. This is difficult, but not as difficult as Volgan, I think.
I come.
Perfect.
Excellent, Jack.
And then do a little smidge of this. But yeah. Am I starting the battle with a knife equipped? That is a good question. That's what my starting thing is. I don't think I'm starting the battle with the knife equipped. Move to like this tree here instead, how about? Maybe wait for you to peek out. Do the thing where you super shimmy out. Maybe you don't. Maybe that's as far as you go. And when you're super shimmying out, maybe that's just the game being buggy. That's maybe what it is. Okay, you still think I'm behind that tree, right? I hope. Fruit time.
Pretty tasty.
Go to this tree, how about? Did she see me there? Okay, then do this. Yeah. It's just the times it hasn't slowed down. It always seems to be when you were holding a rifle. Oh, maybe then. Maybe. So if she's rushing at me, like, switch to the knife, maybe. Just to be safe. What? Why is it not shooting? I was pressing the shoot button. She doesn't know I'm here, does she? She's looking that way now? She really doesn't know where I am then. Crap. Shit. Come on. About halfway, and I still have over half time because she hasn't said 5 minutes yet. Okay. Shit. Oh.
Nice try. Heads up, Snake.
Shit. I die now. I'm pretty sure I just die now.
Nice try.
Well, I mean, what am I holding initially?
I come.
I'm holding nothing initially.
Excellent, Jack.
Whoops, I should not have rotated around the bottom. That was silly of me. Yeah, it's scary when she rushes at me. And she's gonna look that way. There we go. I kind of like this log over here. I'm a fan. Uh-oh. Press up against the... Damn it! I was trying so hard to press up against that, and it just didn't. Okay, well... I could use one of these.
Hey,
Yeah.
this works.
Yep. Yep. Press up against it, dang you. There we go. Where the heck? I lost her. Uh-oh. There she is. Ah, shit. Whoa, I wanted to press up against that one tree. I guess I'll go here instead. Does she know where I am? Guess not. Slog puts in some good work for me when it doesn't do that. There we go. Press up against it. I keep on going past it trying to press up against it.
You've gotten stronger.
Change position. Don't stay here. Let's not stay in that spot. What the heck? Whatever, man. Whoa. Just don't run at me. You run at me and I might just die. I could have made use of that opening a bit better. Oh shit, she knows where I am. Maybe. Oh, I'm not going behind that one. That's the edge of the arena. I think she's behind that one tree, but I'm not sure. She's not. Okay, I need some other things here now. This one's actually going pretty well. Let's try to keep it that way. Go, 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 get out of here. Don't let her see me, don't let her see me, don't let her see me. So... there she is. Dang. Ow. Still a knower? Ah, shit. $50-50 here. The boss battle didn't end. I don't trust this. Fake death pill? Oh, no, cutscene. I was about to say. Oh, I got a Steam achievement. Yeah, that's it. I would have fully expected this game to do something like that, though.
Take this. Keep it safe. It's our only hope.
A patriot? Why are you giving me this?
Jack. Or should I say, Snake. You're a wonderful man. Kill me. Kill me now. Do it. There's only room for one boss and one snake.
I was wondering what was taking so long. I had to press the shoot button.
Ready to go, Snake? Are you okay? Snake?
Yeah.
I told you you could trust me.
Snake! Ocelot!
We're not done yet.
Damn!
Too heavy!
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Not good!
I picked up a few new moves. Huh. It doesn't feel right to shoot an unarmed man. But I'll get over it.
Eva!
What do you say to one last showdown?
Yeah, all right.
Oh, am I supposed to keep track? I think it's that one, right? Oh, God. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. I have no friggin' idea, man. There's no friggin' way!
What's your name?
Snake.
No. Not that name. You're not a snake, and I'm not an ocelot. We're men with names. My name is Adamska. What's yours?
John.
Very well, John. Plain name. But I won't forget it. Come on!
What? Do I play? What? Wait, do I choose one? Oh, shit. I have no friggin' idea, man. Oh, is it?
Pick one up already.
That one, I don't know. Watch, I'm gonna get a bad ending now. Hopefully it's scripted no matter what here. Hopefully it wasn't giving me R1 because I had to actually keep track of them. Was there a bullet in the one that Ava passed me, or was there not? That's what I'm wondering. Because I got the impression that it was empty. Watch, game over. What? 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 Okay.
It's a blank. That was fun. Till we meet again, John.
Snake! Give me a hand! Pull! Come on, pull up! We made it.
Yeah, we sure did.
Oh no, Migs! There's no way out! What are we gonna do?
We've come too far to let them stop us now. Those things have got to be armed.
It's no use. There's no way we can outmaneuver them. They're gonna shoot us down. We were so close.
Weapon systems on. Locked on target. I got tone.
You were great, Eva.
Huh?
Thanks.
Oak 19, this is Control. Stand by for a direct order from the chairman. Oak 19, return to base immediately. Do you read me? This is a direct order from Comrade Khrushchev. Return to base immediately. Oak 19, do you copy?
Understood. Aborting mission. RTB.
Look! The MiGs are turning back! Woo!
Well done, Snake.
The MiGs disengaged.
Most likely under orders from Khrushchev.
Is this his way of helping us?
Who knows? Maybe he didn't want things to get messier than they already are. Or maybe he just wanted us to owe him one. The important thing is, you made it out alive. As long as Khrushchev is with us, I don't think they'll be coming after you. It should be smooth sailing all the way to Alaska. I'm sending someone out to Galena Base to meet you.
To meet me?
The DCI and the President himself are waiting at Langley. Don't keep them waiting.
Yeah, I'd love to save the game, but I think that's game win now.
So what are you going to do now? Go back to the KGB?
What do you want me to do?
Did you ever think about coming back to America?
I can't go back. I've left America behind me.
But you saved this country.
I didn't do it alone.
And I still owe you a dinner.
Is that part of your mission too? Or is it an order? Or is it an invitation? Or a proposal? I don't take orders from anyone now.
To fall in love.
Scholars tell us that the first spy in history was the snake in the book of Genesis. In that story, it was Eve who was tempted by the snake in the Garden of Eden. But this time around, it was I who tempted the snake and got away with the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Forgive me, Snake.
Good morning, Snake. I hope you slept well. First of all,
I have to apologize. I wasn't sent by Khrushchev. I'm not a KGB spy, and I never worked for the NSA.
I'm an agent of the People's Republic of China for the General HQ 2nd Department of the People's Liberation Army. It was all a lie. I tricked you. And I'm sorry.
The philosophers still exist in China, too. You see, my mission was to find out where Volgin was hiding the philosopher's legacy and steal it. So I infiltrated his base as a KGB spy. The two NSA codebreakers who defected in 1960 were actually both men. The real Adam never showed up at the meeting place, saving me the trouble of having to eliminate him. I sneaked in by pretending I was Eva. And you and Sokolov and Volgin, you all believed me. The philosopher's legacy was originally held in common between the US, Soviet Union, and China. We couldn't let the Russians and the Americans take it all for themselves. The Chinese government had its eye on the legacy, too. I got the film containing the legacy, and also the nuclear missile launch data from the Shagohod. 5 years ago, the Soviet Union stopped supplying us with nuclear weapons technology. Since then, China's Liaodong easing, hydrogen bomb, and space rocket projects have fallen behind. But with this data, our country will be able to develop its own nukes. We'll create a deterrent force to rival those of the US and Soviet Union. Everything has gone according to plan, thanks to your help. I too am one of the philosophers. I'm an agent of the philosophers, a graduate of one of their charm schools. I was raised in a joint US-Soviet-Chinese facility to become a sleeper agent. This was before the war. Back then, they were collecting children from all over the world. As a result, I'm indistinguishable from a native-born American. So it didn't surprise me when you and Volgin couldn't tell the difference. But she knew right from the beginning. She knew because before the war, she was at one of the philosopher's schools too, as an instructor. The boss was the only one I couldn't fool. She was the only one who knew I was a fake. She told me everything. Why did she open her heart to me like that? At the time, I couldn't understand it. But now, I think I do. Snake. She wanted you to know the truth. She chose me to tell you. That's why she saved my life. I've lied to you so many times, but not this time. My orders from the government were to obtain the legacy and to eliminate everyone who knew the truth about what happened. In other words, I'm supposed to kill you. do it. Not because we loved each other. And not because you saved my life. But because I made a promise to the boss. And I intend to keep it. I just wanted you to know. And you have to live. Snake, listen to me. She didn't betray the United States. No. Far from it. She was a hero who died for her country. She carried out her mission knowing full well what was going to happen. Self-sacrifice. Because that was her duty.
You are above even the boss. I hereby award you the title of Big Boss. You are a true patriot.
In the army. Someone like him to handle our top secret sneaking missions for us. A man who combines the qualities of a soldier and an agent.
The boss's defection was a ruse set up by the US government. It was all a big drama staged by Washington so they could get their hands on the philosopher's legacy. And the boss was the star of the show. They planned it so that they could get the legacy that Colonel Volgin inherited and destroy the Shagohod at the same time. Only a legendary hero like the boss could have earned Volgin's trust. Finding out where the philosopher's legacy was hidden was to be her greatest mission. Everything was going according to plan. But then something happened that no one could have predicted. Colonel Volgin fired an American-made nuclear warhead at Sokolov's research facility. Khrushchev demanded that the US government provide proof that it wasn't involved. They couldn't just abort the operation to steal the legacy. So the operation itself was greatly expanded and revised. The authorities in Washington knew that in order to prove its innocence, they'd have to get rid of the boss. And that one of their own would have to do the job. The public couldn't be allowed to find out about it. Not ever. This, they concluded, would be the best way to keep the whole thing under wraps. The boss wouldn't be allowed to come back home alive. And she wouldn't be allowed to kill herself. Her life would be ended by her most beloved disciple. That was the way the government wanted it. That was the mission she was given, and she had no choice but to carry it out. Her death at your hands was a duty she had to fulfill. Out of duty, she turned her back on her own comrades A lesser woman would have been crushed by such a burden. The taint of disgrace will follow her to her grave. Future generations will revile her. In America as a despicable traitor with no sense of honor. And in Russia as a monster who unleashed a nuclear catastrophe. She will go down in official history as a war criminal. And no one will ever understand her. That was her final mission. And like a true soldier, she saw it through to the end. But I think she wanted you, of all people, to know the truth. She wanted to live on in your memory. Not as a soldier, but as a woman. But she was forbidden to tell you herself. And that's why she told me. Snake, history will never know what she did. No one will ever learn the truth. Her story, her debriefing, will endure only in your heart. Everything she did for her country. She sacrificed her life and her honor for her native land. She was a real hero. She was a true patriot.
October 15th, 1964, Khrushchev is ousted from power. Brezhnev becomes the first secretary of the Communist Party with Kosygin as the premier. October 16th, China conducts its first successful nuclear test in the Taklava Desert. 1965, Sigrid joins the R Party, takes all part of the development. Oh god. 1966, U.S. development. Oh my god, I can't read this friggin' fast. Still hits hard even when I knew the ending. I knew just the general gist that I'd heard of before. Carry on the tradition of Major Zero on his Fox unit. Big Boss establishes Foxhound. Yeah, leading into the first two Metal Gear games here. I knew the general beats of like, hey, there's other stuff going on with the boss and the Lesson Funds Terribly project is developed. The sons of Big Boss are born. Yeah, leading into the next game here. Like, I known about the boss following, her orders there through to the end. That part I had known of, but this is the first time actually, seeing the game through and actually seeing what said orders were and the actual full story beats. I guess we've got some lyrics and subtitles with those lyrics going on here. Huh. Well, that was Metal Gear Solid 3, or, well, Metal Gear Solid Delta here. Huh. Yeah, that was interesting there. I think that my favorite might still be Metal Gear Solid 2, but this one's probably pretty close, I think. That, was certainly interesting there. I always quite like stories that do have, like, some serious arguments and tone to it, while the general theme is, it switches across a lot of different things here. Like, the Metal Gear Solid games can be pretty decently silly sometimes, and they're explicitly designed that way. Like, there's a lot of just genuinely really funny, feel-good kind of moments in these games here, and, but that doesn't take away from the actual serious political anti-war messages that are jam-packed with all these games, and that's something that I very much appreciate about these games. Yeah, I feel like this probably won't be the last stream that I do of this, because I still want to showcase the side modes that are on the main menu. So in terms of the story, I don't know if I can get together all my thoughts here. I might have to like really think about it and take it into the next stream when it's not 4:20 in the morning here. So I will stream more of this game to show the side modes there, and maybe I'll talk more thoroughly about the story then. Yeah, boss was betrayed just like the government, but he didn't stand to continue the pattern, only for his son to strike his life anyway. What with the events of Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, you mean there? His sort of son, his genetic clone there. I'm content even just jamming, listening to music here. I guess I'll talk about some other aspects outside of the story here really quickly. In terms of the gameplay, I played a little bit of the original game with the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection that was going on there. I played just the intro sequence of the original game just to get a sense for what it's like. And it seems like the gameplay works kind of like Metal Gear Solid 2, where it's like top down, moving around, so Toyota. And if you want to shoot, then you'll just be aiming in a direction like that, and you just kind of have to hope that you're hitting your target, and if you're not, then sucks to suck. This is kind of loud here. But if you want to free aim, then you get rooted in place, and then you free aim using like the left stick to aim, since it wasn't exactly a standard thing at the time for games that have like the whole left stick moving, right stick aiming kind of thing. That wasn't exactly the standard go-to thing in the industry yet. So it's kind of similar how when you play Metroid Prime, the only way that you can free aim is by being rooted in place, and then you get the free aim, and then it switches to like first person in this. You know, I didn't do a full playthrough experiencing that system, what with like Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid 2. Was there? No, I think Metal Gear Solid 2 is the one that introduced the first person. It's been a while here. So I do have a good sense of what that gameplay is like. And I'm sure that I could have played through this game with the classic style. I really like how this has both a classic and a new style. So it's not like, hey, there's only a new style here, so if you want to play in the original style, like the way that it was originally designed, well, sucks to suck, you have to play the original game. You can't play it in the classic style with the new graphics here. The fact that both of those options are available, that's really quite cool. I like that. So there's two ways to play this game. I want to play in the new way to check out what it's like for the remake here and compare and contrast, and I generally liked it here. From what I understand, from what I've looked up, apparently if you play with like the classic style, if you're free aiming with something like the tranquilizer gun, there's not really going to be that much gravity to the dart. It's basically just like shoot straight on, and so it's apparently really strong in the original game. So I guess this balances it out a little bit by having a little bit of gravity, and you can see like the lines underneath, and it's like, okay, that makes sense for it to not be like just like the most OP thing ever, and you know, I appreciate that there. Plus you can play either fog with the tinted fog of the original or the realistic graphics. Wait, was that an option as well? I don't remember. It's been a little while. Tinted fog. Photocurrency of all that stuff there. So I did quite like that, and being able to play this game with that more modern kind of amenities there, with the whole moving, aiming, being able to crouch walk when, from what I've heard in the original game, you could only go prone or walk. There was no like crouch walking, so having that nice little middle ground between the two, I think was a really good addition. If that's an addition, this is what I've seen mentioned online, is that it was apparently an addition with this game. It felt like generally pretty good and like a interesting different way to play the original game, but it definitely did not feel like a modern action game of a similar kind of control scheme style. Like, it's definitely still had a decent bit of rigidity. It still felt like I was playing, say, a PS2 game here. Like, it definitely didn't quite have the flow of, say, a modern kind of action game. Like, it still feels like it's the original game under the hood. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, being able to hop into it and play it like the way that it was designed here, and even if you're playing in the new styles, still having like a little bit of a sense of the way that it was designed here. And, you know, I'm kind of used to playing some of these games at this point. Like, I definitely don't mind the rigidity too much, but if there is anyone that is... Man, this is loud. My goodness, maybe I should turn it down a little bit. I don't know. But if there is anybody that's picking this up expecting it to play like a modern action game, yeah, that's not going to be the case. There is going to be a little bit of rigidity to it. So it's not quite I feel like this game didn't quite bring it into the modern era gameplay-wise, but it didn't necessarily have to. It's just like, hey, here's some modern amenities onto the original style, and now you can play with really, really good graphics there. But
Grozny Grad and the Granin Research Facility.
my computer didn't like it all the time.
Trace. I understand, sir, but they were necessary
interesting.
sacrifices. Yes, the CIA has taken care of the boss themselves. I believe the White House will be satisfied. Khrushchev is finished. Your time has finally arrived. Yes, the American president is relying on us to keep a lid on the whole affair. We've got him by the balls. It should make a valuable trump card in future negotiations.
Now leading into things like the events of Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yes, Chief Director, of course. I'll keep the KGB informed.
Sounds like some rotary phone action.
Yes, it's me.
Yeah, or maybe it's that.
The boss has accomplished her mission. The philosopher's legacy is now safely with us, in America's hands. With this money, yes, the philosophers can finally be revived. The film we handed the Chinese was a fake.
Yeah,
Peking must be in an uproar.
I was gonna say, when it seemed like Snake still clearly had a copy of the Philosopher's Legacy there.
So.
When
Only half
Ava
the
thought she
money's
took
made it
it.
back to the United States. The KGB must still have part of the legacy. Yes, the weapon has been reduced to ashes. That's right. Grozny Grad has been obliterated by the Davy Crockett we brought in as well. Yes, that was the boss's work too. Speaking of which, I've obtained something from Granin that you might find interesting. It's a revolutionary new nuclear attack system.
Metal
Perhaps it
Gear.
might just come in handy someday.
Say,
Yes, we have Snake to thank for that. Khrushchev believed it as well. Yes, they bought our story. I don't think they'll be making a fuss. The secondary alert has been lifted as well. And the Soviets still haven't discovered my true identity. They have no idea that I've been triple-crossing them.
man, you thought the boss was on some
I will continue my
crazy
activities
levels
as a
of
contact for the new
betrayal.
government.
How many Dudos is Ocelot
Yes.
associated with?
It appears that no one knew that I was Adam.
Wait, what? What a twist.
Of course, I'm always at the CIA's disposal. Mr. Director.
Well, dang. Anyway, he'll be our main antagonist in the next game. Like a boss, clear the game on any difficulty, just got a Steam achievement. Yeah, sub 14, hell yeah! Yeah, he'll be our main antagonist in the next game after the cliffhanger that Metal Gear Solid 2 left off on after Liquid Ocelot there took Metal Gear Ray and dipped on out. So, we gotta, for the next adventure here, return to the adventures of Solid Snake in his final journey to go take down Liquid Ocelot in the final confrontation there. Saves 13 times, continues 89 times. I'm honestly surprised that it wasn't more than that. Alert phase 63 times. Humans killed 228 people. 120 serious injuries. Total damage taken 43 life bars. Life medicine used 1 time. It's life medicine there. Just like the revival pill or something like that. Our antagonist is Liquid / Ocelot. He's literally called Liquid Ocelot because Metal Gear is such batshit insanity. So in Metal Gear Solid 1, Ocelot has his arm cut off by the cyborg ninja dude there, and then Liquid dies in Metal Gear Solid 1 because he was the main antagonist there. So by the time Metal Gear Solid 2 rolls around, Ocelot's like, oh, let's just put on, like, one of Liquid's arms. He's not using it. So he replaces his missing arm with one of Liquid's arms. And then the game makes the argument that, like, oh, because he has part of Liquid on him, Liquid just, like, takes over his mind sometimes. So throughout Metal Gear Solid 2, he's like, no, not now. Taking over my mind. And then he starts speaking in Liquid's voice, and it's like, it is I, Liquid Snake. Back again. So he's called Liquid Ocelot, and he's our main antagonist of the next game with Metal Gear Solid 4. So he's literally called Liquid Ocelot because he has Liquid's arm on him, and apparently he's part Liquid Snake now, because that's how taking a arm transplant works. Plants and animals captured 20 kinds, meals eaten 90 meals, special items used none. Didn't use any special items there. Just an excuse to bring the actor back? No, but doubt. Well, maybe the actor, or just like Liquid Snake. Because it seems very much with Metal Gear Solid 2 and 4 with them doing the whole Liquid Ocelot thing. Like, they were like, oh, yeah, maybe it was a mistake to kill off Liquid during Metal Gear Solid 1. We kind of want to still have him around as Solid Snake's main antagonist. That's, how are we going to do that? And then they came up with, like, the batshit crazy excuse that they did of Liquid Ocelot. New item obtained. Patriot. Obtained the Patriot. What a name for the gun there. Available from the start after loading clear data or starting a new game. No, available after retrieving your backpack. Okay, obtain the camera. Available from the start after loading clear data or starting a new game. No, available after retrieving your backpack. I thought I had a camera. I was taking pictures of, like, the ghosts and stuff. Green face paint. Obtain green face paint. Available, yeah. Brown face paint. Tuxedo. Banana camo. DPM camo. Oscam desert camo. Desert tiger camo. Flectarn camo. National flag face paint. 9 types. So, yeah, let's just put on the top left one, and then I'll really blend in with my surroundings. No one will suspect a thing. Mummy camo. Grenade camo. Okay, well, I already got that because of what I answered at the beginning of the game, but I guess this is where you unlock all the different kinds. Unlocks reward camo. Obtain clear reward camos. 18 types. Holy shit, there's a lot of camos. Demo theater. Unlock demo theater. What was that? Special theater. Or secret theater. Guy Savage. Unlock Guy Savage. Oh, the guy from the Nightmare there. Do I only unlock it because I cleared the game after going into the Nightmare, or will you get it by default there? Character viewer. Unlock character viewer. Yeah, I'd love to save the game here. That sounds good to me. Snake Eater completed. Oh, we have a different title screen now. That's cool. I like that. But then it still just, yeah, it still just goes to here and you have that. New game plus, new game. Oh, so you can load right into it. That's what the second one is. Okay. Well, it's kind of cool that you could go into it whenever. Like, it's a very short thing, but, like, it's a very high-quality platinum game, short little action game there, huh? Interesting. But yeah, that was Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Is there anything else to mention about the gameplay here? I was surprised at how good the hitboxes were in this game. Like, if I was doing something like aiming under a truck at some guards, looking for headshots and hoping that my bullet wouldn't, like, clip on the edge of the truck. So many other games, it totally would have clipped on the edge of the truck. So I was honestly kind of surprised with how good the hitboxes were in this game a lot of the time. When it comes to some of the jankiness of the original, some of this stuff like the Vulcan fight there, where it's like, does it count as his back? Does it not count as his back? How does it work here? Like, there was definitely some weirdness there. The difficulty mode of Extreme felt like, you know, that's a pretty difficult difficulty mode, but not, like, insurmountable or anything. I think the only place where I felt like it was truly kind of bullshit was the Vulcan boss fight earlier in this stream. Apart from that, it's like, okay, this is hard, but, you know, it's fine. It's what I kind of felt like difficulty-wise. I should note that on the Xbox version doesn't include the snake versus monkey, guessing due to rights. Oh, interesting. No, we don't need to be seeing that there. So yeah, generally enjoyed it gameplay-wise. I like how there's a lot of different optional weapons around the world, and that by getting new weapons, it doesn't feel like you're screwing the chance of, like, picking up ammo for other weapons, because the game seems to want to give you ammunition that you're low on. So you could get something like a sawed-off shotgun there that I picked up and never use it for, like, 3 years, and you're not really going to be picking up much new ammo for it, because it's trying to give you ammo of types that you're actually using. So I like how there's rewards for exploration and continuing to get new weapons that you didn't get in previous playthroughs. And I was a bit concerned when it said I could only hold 8 things at first, because I thought I'd have to trash things, but nope, they're all in your inventory. It's just which ones do you want on your hotbar at once. So being able to collect a bunch of different weapons and not feeling like it's dropping the rate of collecting ammo of other things I want. It's just a pure upgrade. Like, that's great. So I like going around and doing that. Instead, they did something with Bomberman, but if I had to guess, the two modes are pretty much cosmetic differences. Haven't seen footage for either. Wait, so in like PC and PlayStation versions, it's a Snake versus Monkey, but in Xbox, it's Snake versus Bomberman? I mean, they're Konami IP, so I guess they can do what they want to do with it, but interesting. I might have to look into that at some point. Again, like I was mentioning before, this won't be the last stream of this game, just because I want to showcase the side modes there. I'll do the Snake versus Monkey and see what that's all about. See what's going on there, and then I'll truly wrap things up. But this is the end of like the main story playthrough stuff. That might be everything that I wanted to mention about the game there. I like that you can interrogate people and get hints and stuff like that. That they kind of lead you in the right direction, or like you interrogate Rykov, for example, and he tells you that that Volgan's weakness is water. Cool stuff like that that you can get along the way. I kind of rather like that. I do wish that when you were grabbing them that you didn't have to keep holding the button, because the chokeout button is the same button that you have to hold to grab them. So you have to release it and then hold it again to start choking. And if you hold it, and if you release it for a little bit too long, then you just let the guy go. You're just like, here, go be free. And then they start shooting you, and it's like, man, really? But yeah, maybe a mod will let you try out that version in the future on PC, maybe. Or maybe I'll look into it, maybe it's available on other platforms as well if you just progress in Snake versus Monkey a decent bit. The thinking outside the box that I had to do in this game was quite interesting sometimes, because there's a lot of preconceptions that I go into games with about what things should be possible and what things are expected, that you kind of have to throw out the door when you're playing a Kojima game that is like, nope, think about this potentially realistically. Like when I went to that one locked door when I was trying to infiltrate the lab there and find Sokolov, for example, where because I ran into a locked door, I assumed that I would need to go get a key. I would either need to find like a separate way to sneak in, or I would need to go get a key that is out there somewhere, or like maybe on a guard that I would have to loot. And it's like, nope, that is not the case. Either go around the other side of the building and sneak in that way, or the mechanic that had been introduced to lure guards over to you, where it's like you can be pressed up against a wall and then you can make noise like that. That is a knocking. So you can go up to the door and literally click the make noise button and knock on it, and the guard on the other side is like, oh, just give me a second, and he opens the door. Like, there's so many weird cases like that that are thought of that most games just wouldn't, where if you think about what is something that might realistically work in this scenario, is something that would. So in that kind of sense, some of the levels of realism of this game are like, wow, they thought of that. I mean, it makes sense technically, but not the kinds of things that you would think of while playing a video game, because what video games have those kinds of things as options? You know, so many weird things like that. Or like, one of my favorites, one of the options to break out of prison being spinning Snake around in the model viewer, so then he throws up so the guard opens up the jail cell to go in there. Like, there's so much ridiculousness there. Ah, yes, realism. Same Psycho Matches. Why are you sweating? Yeah, just all sorts of weird stuff like that. Like, some of the unique stuff in this game when it came to boss battles is stuff like with the end, for example, where you can just kill him, snipe him early, and avoid doing the boss battle later, which is incredibly funny. And you could also just save in the boss battle, come back a week later, and then he's died of old age. Stuff like that that is going to be seen by like a very small portion of players playing casually, unless they've heard about it online, which of course is going to be a lot more common now than would have been with the original game launch there. So many things there that so few players are going to see casually, and it's put in there as like, wow, that is incredibly hilarious. So again, I really like games that have like a decent bit of silliness, goofiness to them, but are genuinely telling like a really quite gripping story and stuff. Or like the way that it plays around with history. Like I've talked before in my Assassin's Creed series before about how they abstract the past and they make arguments about the past. A lot of Assassin's Creed games will be like, yep, these real life like confirmed events that did happen in history happened because of our fictional game plot. That's the way that a lot of those games go. And this game had like a lot of historical ties to like different things that were going on leading up to the Cold War interwove the fictional narrative, and then from there, during the Cold War, they were like, yeah, let's just go hog wild. Like, a lot more free than a lot of things like different Assassin's Creed games would do, where it's like, yep, here's a fictional plot where it leads to the history that we know. Like, this game doesn't really shy away from telling its fictional plot there, and telling its own story, especially because it's a prequel game and all that. But, you know, having a political, historical kind of background there and stuff. And the time paradoxes you can get by, like, killing Ocelot and stuff, which is really funny. Or I guess if you stay on the game over screen long enough, it shows up as time paradox or something, because I think that happened to me once when I was fighting against Volgan, or however the heck that works. So, yeah, it's a decent bit of history, and then let's ride with, like, the most batshit insane fictional story. Like, let's not worry about keeping our plot rooted in realism or anything. Everyone that you go up against just has, like, some sort of wild superpower. And that's kind of the way that it is in the Metal Gear Solid games. So I am glad that for this prequel story, they didn't shy away from that. So every one of the Cobras that you go up against just has, like, some sort of ridiculous superpower that's like, what the heck is going on here? Some of the ridiculousness of some of the cutscenes that would really crack me up, like the Ocelot spinning around his revolvers and killing the insects, thinking about the different Cobras there. Like, stuff there that makes me really laugh. Or I had my microphone muted earlier, but when Ocelot went for an eye poke and Snake just smiled because he didn't have an eye there, that cracked me up a decent bit. I got quite a bit of enjoyment out of that. But yeah, it just goes to hog wild on the fictional kind of ludicrous stuff. It's really crazy when you think about how you're just playing some guy, essentially, when all your foes have, like, all these super crazy superpowers and stuff. But yeah, I don't know who Paul Eiding is, but I assume one of the actors or something there, one of the voice actors, I don't know. But yeah, there was all that. The music of this game I thought was great. Most of the game is silent because, you know, you're sneaking around and it would be fitting to have a lot much music. The boss battle themes I thought were pretty good. Like, there was nothing that stood out to me. Well, not very many themes that stood out to me in terms of boss battles. That's like, oh my god, this is amazing, I need to listen to it on my own time. Outside of, like, maybe the boss's battle theme, where it's like remix of the main theme of Snake Eater here. And the general music and themes of things like the Snake Eater main theme and stuff that, like, the MGS 2 and 3 main themes that I think are the same across these games, or however the heck it works, is good music. Is really quite nice stuff. The graphics of this I thought were really quite good. I don't really have any complaints with the graphics, I don't think. But I feel like it could probably be optimized a little bit better. Computers struggled here a little bit, and when you're running an RTX 3070 and whatever thing of Intel Core I'm running here, like the 14th gen i5 or whatever the hell I'm running, I feel like it shouldn't be struggling as much. I'm sure that a factor of that is the fact that I'm streaming here, so my computer's putting in a bit more work when I'm both streaming and playing at the same time. But still, there were times where the frames just, like, vanished, so I feel like it could have been a little bit better optimized here. Oh, and another gameplay complaint. Why is it that when I'm pressed up against surfaces, sometimes I can aim from there and shoot, and other times I just can't, and it keeps me rooted in there? And sometimes when I, like, try to press up against something, like one of the fallen over trees here, I just walk past it, and it feels like you don't always go right in the direction that you're holding. It feels like one of those games where your character has to be, like, moving forward to turn. That, like, they can't just immediately turn, and I don't know if that's consistently the case. I'm sure that you can immediately turn in some cases, but while I was crouch walking trying to press up against it, I would go a decent bit past it, and then I have to do, like, a bit of a loop-de-loop around, and it would feel a little bit jank sometimes. But yeah, the voice of the Colonel in Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, gotcha. Colonel Roy Campbell, or whatever the heck his name was there. And I might have some more things to say about the story and the arguments that it made when it's not 4:47 in the morning like it is right now. And I've really just sat and thought about it. And I'm probably going to take some time at some point to just look up on YouTube, like, story explained for some of the lore stuff. Because, like the other Metal Gear Solid games I've played, I get the general gist of the story and the main arguments, but all the lore stuff going on, like all the shit with the philosophers and stuff, I'm just like, I'm gonna need somebody to explain to me in, like, a YouTube video essay what the hell is going on here, because what the hell is Metal Gear lore? Like, that's not quite as easy to understand at face value. So, you know, I will gladly appreciate the story of Snake and the boss and the arguments that makes at face value, but things like the deeper lore going on here and how it connects to the other games here. I'm gonna do a little bit of digging because I don't understand it at face value, because trying to understand Metal Gear I know is already kind of a convoluted mess there. So I'm probably gonna go to YouTube to help me understand what the heck is going on there. And then maybe the next time that I stream this game and showcase Snake versus Monkey there, maybe maybe I'll be like, wow, I'm a Metal Gear Solid 3 pro. I understand every little thing about the story now. I can't say that I know every little thing about Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, so I doubt I'll be able to understand everything about 3 here. But, yeah. This game is also kind of interesting in that it came out in a time where no one was really sure if Konami was really going to be doing anything with Metal Gear anymore. And who knows, maybe they decide to go through with making this after their stupid pachinko machines or whatever the heck was going on there. But it does make me wonder, what is the future of the Metal Gear series? And I know that a lot of people have a hard time seeing a Kojima-less future for Metal Gear. And maybe it would be better to leave it alone in terms of making new titles, because from what I understand going up to Metal Gear Solid 5, that I've heard that the story is very much done, pretty much. Like, all the main things that wanted to be told were told. So I could see Konami potentially doing another thing like Metal Gear Survive or whatever the heck they did, like other side modes, or maybe other remasters here or something like that. Remasters, remakes, whatever you want to call them. I guess this would probably count as a remake at this point. Sort of remake, sort of remaster, whatever the heck. Maybe a weird in-between thing. But it does make me wonder, what's their plan from here? How successful was this game, and what's their plan from here? Would it just be like remake, remaster other Metal Gear games? Or would they actually want to make new games, and if so, where are they going from here? So I'm sure that this was a little bit of a test of sorts for them. I find it interesting that they decided to remake the third game in the series of all of them, but one, pachinko machines that they had already remastered a lot of the game for, and two, I know that Metal Gear Solid 3 here is like one of the most popular ones, like one of the most famous ones there, and I guess 3 is that it's first in the timeline. You don't exactly need to have played Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 before this point in order to play this game and just get a kick out of it as a standalone experience, so it's not reliant on the other games necessarily, so I guess that sort of makes sense why they might gravitate towards remaking this one. I don't know. And it wouldn't be as much of an overhaul as they would have to do with something like Metal Gear Solid 1. Something like 2 or 3 that are the PS2 era, they can redo the graphics, but generally keep the cutscenes all the same and stuff like that. I don't know. I'll probably have more stuff to say about this game sometime when I play Snake vs. Monkey. We shall see here. I'll do that some other time here. It's 4:50 in the morning. I should get some sleep here. Overall, I did definitely like this game. I think the biggest things I disliked are just some of the weird jankiness and a decent bit of rigidity sometimes. I usually didn't mind the rigidity, but in some instances, like Volgan fight or trying to press up against the logs in the boss battle, it would be a little bit annoying. Oh, and looking at trees here, I'm reminded of some other options of things that you can do is like, you know, shooting a hornet's nest and then they go after guards. And there was a YouTube video that I saw recently about like little known things that you could do in Metal Gear Solid 3. I think it was showing of Delta specifically. And another one of the things that really surprised me is the guards on the bridge in that opening section. Apparently you can shoot the ropes of the bridge to make it unstable. It starts shaking and then like guards slide off. And it's like, who thinks of these things? Any other game and you shoot the ropes of the bridge and it's not going to do anything. But this game from what, like 2004, I believe it initially came out, you could just like shoot the individual ropes on the bridge to make it shake and make guards go off. Like, there's so many crazy specific things that are littered throughout this game that's like, you can do that? You wouldn't be able to do that in pretty much any other video game. So there was definitely a lot of ambition for this game, especially for the time, because I assume most of these things that you can do in this game are things that you can do with the original. I have seen a lot of criticisms of this game saying like, hey, it's good, but Konami played it way too safe instead of like doing something a little bit more and taking a greater risk. So I've seen that sentiment spread around online a decent bit, and you know, I get it. This was my first time truly experiencing Metal Gear Solid 3, so maybe I don't experience that sentiment as much, but I do definitely get it. Also, I feel like it might be a little bit expensive. I paid like I think it was $93.49 Canadian for this, which is like, ooh. Though realistically, it's cheaper than buying a new Nintendo game here, or something like Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to be $100 Canadian. Mario Kart World's going to be $110 Canadian. So, cheaper than that, but yeah, I don't know. If it was like a full ground up remake and not like a high quality remaster that this feels like, then maybe I'd feel like the price is more justified. I don't know, but you know, good game, and I'm sure that this will introduce this to a new generation of players, a new audience here. I am really fucking tired. I've been streaming for over 6 hours now. Greatly appreciate everybody that tuned into the final story stream of Metal Gear Solid 3. We'll do some Snake vs. Monkey coming up here. And my heart is still pretty set on the plan of doing Metal Gear Solid 4 at Extra Life this year, considering I did Metal Gear Solid 2 at Extra Life 2023, so I think it would be really fitting to do Metal Gear Solid 4, like the next one in the timeline after that, at Extra Life, and see what happens after the cliffhanger that we were left off on with Metal Gear Solid 2. Continue that there. So yeah, look forward to some Metal Gear Solid 4 later this year, where we see the final climax between Solid Snake and Liquid Ocelot. What's going on there? One other thing I can quickly mention about this game is I'm kind of surprised that after the cliffhanger that 2 ended on, that they decided to make a prequel story first and foremost before they made the actual follow-up game being MGS4. Because, like, I was like, is there going to be something really important to the story to establish first? But I don't know that there is, unless I play Metal Gear Solid 4, and it's like, oh, that makes sense why they wanted to do some stuff with Big Boss first here. I don't know, guess we'll see. See you soon for some Snake vs. Monkey. See you later for Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of Liberty, or whatever the heck it's called. I think it's called that.